With the recent release of the first teaser of Operation Twin Shells, there has been a lot of discussion about weapons in Rainbow Six Siege, and more importantly, is there going to be any new weapons being added with the new operator? Now, the first thing I'm going to be talking about here is the 3 weapons that are definitely visible in this first teaser. It's been all anyone has been talking about over on Twitter, and as you can see, it's the 3 guns that are at the back on the wall here. Now, the one on the left definitely, in my opinion, looks like a Dragonov sniper rifle. Now, if Ubisoft were to add this weapon into the game, I think it would act more of a DMR rather than a sniper. I really don't see Ubisoft adding another sniper-based operator into the game when snipers in Siege are just fundamentally not how the game is meant to be working. Now, I do see this functioning as a DMR. It also could be something like a FAL or something like that, but I do believe we already have a gun like that in the game. And with that being said, having a look at the weapon on the right, they look very similar, but as you can see, it definitely looks a lot different. Now, to me, this kind of looks like an AS Val with some kind of sniper scope attached on top, and that sniper scope could just be there to throw us off. Maybe it is just going to be an AS Val. I really like the idea of them adding that to the game. Obviously, another great assault rifle, I believe. I don't think it's an SMG. Obviously, I've seen in other video games that the AS Val has like a built-in suppressor, so it would be cool if we got another, operator in the game that has a weapon with a built-in suppressor. The only ones that we have so far is Kavira's pistol and then Echo's SMG. Oh, and then the 612 SD shotgun as well. Those are the only 3 weapons in Siege right now that have built-in suppressors, or it could be cool to see a weapon with some built-in attachments as well. That could be pretty interesting. And then the final weapon that you can see in this one is a little bit more disguised. It's a little bit covered by this shadow, and I'm not 100% sure what weapon it could be. Leave your speculations down in the comments. It kind of looks like a bullpup rifle or something with the magazine in front of where you actually pulled the trigger, but it does look like it could be an interesting weapon. Now, other than that, there are a few weapons on the left-hand side there, but they are really not in the spotlight, so I assume they are just there for decoration, and I don't see any other weapons in this teaser image. So, like I said, let me know your thoughts and opinions. Which weapon on this wall do you think they could possibly add? Do you think it is one of these weapons? Let me know in the comment section below. But now for the rest of the video, I just want to talk about weapons that I would like to see Ubisoft add to the game in the future, whether that's with the next operator or just in any kind of form in the future. And the first of those weapons is going to be the Honey Badger assault rifle. Now, I mainly know this from Call of Duty Ghosts. I'm sure a lot of you guys do remember it from that game. It was absolutely iconic, and this weapon would be amazing for Rainbow Six Siege. I really do think that this would suit the style of gameplay. It's a very fan favorite weapon, and I would be very interested to see it in Rainbow Six Siege and see how well it would perform. Now, after a quick Google search, I did find out that the Honey Badger was actually manufactured in the US, so it would make sense for it to come to an American operator of some kind, whether that's someone pre-existing or someone yet to be announced to the game. I would like to see it come soon. The next thing I'd like to bring your attention to is the fact that we don't actually have, to my knowledge, any burst weapons in Rainbow Six Siege anymore. We used to have the select fire thing where you could turn any assault rifle into fully automatic, single fire or burst mode, but that did for some reason get removed, and since then they've not really played around with that idea. I would like to see a fully burst assault rifle or burst SMG be added to the game. Maybe to balance it, they'd have to up the damage a little bit, or maybe make it super accurate, but I do think a burst weapon in Rainbow Six Siege is something that could be very unique to a specific operator, and it's another thing that I'd really like to see. Another new thing that I would love to see is more secondary options for SMGs and shotguns. We all know the SMG-11, SMG-12, any secondary SMG in the game is one of the most desirable SMGs, and currently the weapons like the SMG-11 are on so many different operators that it's kind of getting repetitive. I think even if they added a new secondary SMG that had the same stats as either the SMG-12 or the SMG-11, and all they've got to do is change the model of it and the recoil pattern, and you have a completely new weapon, and I think it would fit in with a bunch of operators, and it means each operator then has their own unique weapons and they're not all carrying around the same guns. Very similar to that, we also have new secondary shotguns. Obviously we've seen the likes of Super Shorty and stuff like that. It's pretty common now to see some operators on defense and some on attack actually have that as a secondary option. It's really useful, especially on defense, for making rotates and stuff like that if the operator doesn't have the gadget such as the impact grenades. And once again, I'd just like to see more variety when giving out these weapons to operators. And then to finish off the video, the last weapon I'm going to be suggesting here is the stolen Nighthaven weapons. I'm extremely surprised that Deimos did not come equipped with this weapon. We saw it in all the cinematics. It looks absolutely badass. Apparently it is a super high caliber weapon as well. So I can't remember what they were saying, but I swear it's supposed to be like a 50 caliber fully automatic weapon, and it's literally capable of penetrating like bulletproof armor and stuff like that, which is why it was such a big deal for Team Rainbow to get the weapons back in the first place. So I really do think they missed the ball there with not giving that to Deimos. I think the AK-74 is a pretty underused weapon in Siege, and it's pretty underwhelming. Even though it does kind of suit Deimos himself, I do think the Nighthaven weapons would have made a lot more sense when looking at the lore. But with that being said, that is everything that I'm going to be talking about in this video. If you guys agree or disagree with any of the weapons I mentioned, let me know down in the comments. If you have any other weapons or weapon ideas, let me know down in the comments. And with that being said, leave a like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.